Welcome back to the LoTech podcast. I am your host Merlin, joined with
Brent Letourneau, your favorite co-host.
we don't have a guest today. So, what do you think is the best place to eat in Skyrim?
Ooh. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with the Bannered Mare. You know, it's the first one you really find, unless you go way off the path, which I do a lot. But it's right there in the middle of Skyrim. Not in the middle of Skyrim, middle of Whiterun. It's a nice, relatively safe town.
But yeah, it is centralized. I would go far enough to say that it is in the middle of Skyrim.
Yeah. It's a centralized, nice, cozy little inn that you can stay in, get some solid food.
Yeah, I mean, before that, there is that little inn within the town that, whenever you're leaving the initial dungeon or sewers.
Is that Riverwood?
I think that's Riverwood, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the dude talking about, I work at the mill, the Riverwood Trader, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one's not too bad. I don't think I usually stay there for too long, though.
At the Bannered Mare, Holda's honey treat. I'd want to try that.
I wonder what it's made of. Because, like, just looking at it in-game, it's a little hard to tell. I would guess, like, honeycomb, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just took some honeycomb and stuck it on a stick, and then, like, roasted it or something?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a little bit more than just that, though.
Although one food that I've always wanted to try from Skyrim were the apple dumplings that I saw. Because those, like, it's just a square of, like, folded over pastry, but it just sounds amazing. And it gives you a lovely stat boost. So it turns out the honey treat is a lot more than just skewered honeycomb. It looks like tender nougat covered in caramel and then rolled in nuts.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks dang good in real life.
Ooh.
And I don't even like caramel, so that's saying something.
So, you know what? I'm gonna do a quick nitpick for the Bannered Mare.
All right.
So, you know, there's a lot of missed opportunity here, okay? Like, think about how many people are coming and going through such a centralized city.
Right.
And them being the go-to inn within that city. Let's say if they had something as simple as, for the mayor's mead, they decided to get themselves some nice custom glassware with their design on it, right?
Yeah, that would certainly draw the eye.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, if you got a good stock with them, you could sell them, make some extra money at the Bannered Mare.
Indeed. And then the fabled Whiterun sweet rolls that they have.
I've always wanted to try one of those.
And you know what would pair well with a sweet roll?
I think using some of our bamboo cutlery. That way you don't get your hands all sticky and gross.
Yeah, and they could even give them away, and they could get their name to the far corners of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Maybe even out to Solstheim.
Yeah, because the people in Solstheim, they don't even know about Whiterun, I'm willing to bet, let alone the Bannered Mare. But if they had some custom forks that they could send out, maybe then their name might get around.
That is very true. And then for their, they have Mammoth Hunch there. Because, like, right to the west of Whiterun, there's the trolls and the mammoths over there. You know what would be great to serve Mammoth Hunch on?
Maybe some of our cutting boards, of which we have a vast variety.
Yeah, anything from our Acacia large carving board to our new teak butcher block.
Oh,
that could fit a mammoth.
If
hunch.
anything can support the sheer girth of a mammoth haunch, it is going to be the solid butcher block.
That is teak. Very true. All right, and then the Bannered Mare's special stew.
Sounds mildly suspicious, if I'm being honest.
You know,
Maybe it's the word stew. It's hard to trust the word stew.
I don't know. I like a lot of stews. But I guess growing up, like, I've... Like, a lot of soups I've had referred to as stews instead.
What is the difference between soup and stew?
So, to my understanding, like, soup you would make in a pot, right?
Sure.
Stew is something that, or at least when my family was making it, you would make it in like a crock pot, something that's cooking for much longer.
Okay.
That's like normally you would cook the meat within it instead of like cooking the meat prior, so that
And
the
then adding
meat's
it
sort of
separately.
incorporating that. That's the only. That is a good question though.
Oh, interesting. According to Google, soup is more broth-based with ingredients fully submerged and is often very quick to cook. Stew uses less liquid and is more thick to create a more gravy-like texture and is cooked low and slow to tenderize ingredients.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Interesting.
Dang. Never mind then. I've had a lot more stew in my life than soup.
Yeah.
A lot.
In that case, I love a good stew. Like, I like thicker
Yeah.
soups especially.
Like I like how hearty some stews can be.
And you just know that the stews in Skyrim are
Oh.
the heartiest.
Definitely.
You know what works great for serving up some real hearty Skyrim stew?
What, like the Bannered Mare's special stew?
Some of our plastic utensils.
Mm.
Get some NDB solid spoons in there.
You know what? Honestly, for the serving portions they'd be handing out, probably our 4-ounce ladle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not while it's still boiling, but for serving,
Right.
definitely. You know what? People in Skyrim come in all shapes and sizes, so, you know, we would need to offer them a little bit of a variety. 4-ounce for some of the barbarians, probably 2-ounce for more of our archer type, maybe the 1-ounce for our mages, because they try to keep their figure.
They do. They do. Much to the detriment of their HP, but, you know,
Very true.
you gotta give and take. That's why I never do mage build. Stealth archer all the way. And of course, it's not Skyrim without eating 15 blocks of cheese.
Blocks.
In the span
Whoa,
of a
they're
few seconds.
wheels.
Oh,
They are
my
wheels.
apologies. Eating 15 wheels of cheese in about 3 seconds. Because you know me, late at night, Saturday, you need a midnight snack. I'm just going to eat like 1,000 pounds of cheese in a few seconds.
Yeah.
And get my health right back up.
You know, in Skyrim, that only equates to like 30 pounds of cheese.
Yeah,
But, you know,
that's a third of my body weight, but
why? How is cheese so light?
I
in
think
Skyrim?
it's because it's mammoth cheese. You
I
know,
feel like
it's-
that would be thicker almost, like denser. No?
Oh no, because mammoth cheese actually is a separate item in game, so I can't say that.
Yeah, because you find them in those little, like, I
Like
don't know what
fur
they're...
baskets or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
In the giant things, and it honestly looks so gross.
Going northwest to Solitude, the Winking Skeever. You know much about that place?
A little bit. I haven't frequented Solitude quite as much because I think I accidentally racked up a massive bounty in that place and then was never able to go back without getting killed on sight.
That is...
Yes, yeah. Winterhold and Solitude are pretty close together, I think. Let me pull up a map of Skyrim. If only we had a map of Skyrim somewhere in this office where we're not filming.
Alright, let me look. Okay, yeah, Solitude is in northwest. I'm thinking Windhelm.
Windhelm.
Windhelm is
That's what it
below
is.
Winterfell.
Yeah. Granted, I do still have the bounty in Solitude, but Windhelm is... It's not a very fun place to hang out.
But anyway, at the Winking Skeever, they like one of their specialty items is crab stew.
Ooh. So, interesting fact about me, I have never actually had crab before.
You haven't had crab?
Never had crab.
Like, are you allergic or
No.
well, you wouldn't know, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I might be, I don't know. But yeah, I've never had crab, at least not that I can remember.
If you're willing to give it a try, I would.
But I don't know, the like tavern that's like right to the left as soon as you walk into
Yeah, the Moorside Inn.
yeah. It just maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but it seems so just like derelict and empty and dark when you walk inside.
Yeah, there's really not much to that one. I don't think it really has its own, like, I don't think it has anything special to it. I remember
No.
there being a lot of wine in that one, but that's about it.
Yeah. And to be fair, the city, like, everything there is made of stone. So nothing is going to feel, like, super cozy or welcoming. But I just remember that in /tavern being really, like, I walked inside and I was like, I don't really want to be here.
Yeah. You know what goes good with wine?
What's that?
Wine glasses.
Oh, and we happen to have a lot of wine glasses for sale here at LoTech Sales.
Not just any wine glasses. We got stemless. We got stemmed. I guess it wouldn't be stemmed. It would just be normal wine glasses and stemless.
I mean, if they're
In
called
various
stemless,
sizes.
I feel like you could call the normal ones stemmed.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Plus,
And
a stemmed wine glass sounds so much fancier than just wine glass. You know, it's a stemmed wine glass.
got to bring that to the fancy party for the. I think it's in the Dark Brotherhood questline. Or, you know the fancy party where you have to wear like the
Oh,
fancy
yeah,
clothing.
that's 100% Dark Brotherhood, where you dress up as the chef.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a fun quest.
But yeah, that is one of my favorite quests within that quest line.
Mm-hmm.
Is like becoming the chef. There's so much cool stuff. When you actually go in there, their pantry, I guess it would be considered a pantry. Like there's so
Sure.
much stuff. And just the atmosphere. Obviously, it's not the friendliest place that you'd want to go to.
Sure.
But get invited to a party like that and you'll be eating good.
Oh, yeah.
They need a little bit of everything.
I love that in that quest line, as you're, like, talking to the chef and, like, or impersonating the chef, I guess, and talking about what to put in the stew, you can either choose, like, really tasty ingredients, or you can just choose the most horrifying things possible. Like, I'm pretty sure one of the options is, like, add in butter, or add a troll's toe. I
That
almost
sounds right.
always choose the quote-unquote unorthodox ones, because the NPC that you're talking to is like, oh, I never would have thought of putting that in there. You're a genius!
And then we're gonna go southeast to the city known for the Thieves Guild, Riften.
Good old Riften. I actually really like Riften. I like exploring the city. It has a, oddly enough, much more welcoming atmosphere than Morthal feels very enclosed in, even though it is open to the sky. But Riften, like, it has the waterways beneath, and it has, like, some cool bridges that you can go across, and it's very open.
Yeah. Even though it's swampy, it's lively there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you're getting a little further into some of the quest lines, then, like, the atmosphere can change.
Sure.
For, like,
Sure.
the NPCs and whatnot.
Yeah.
It sort of gets... If you get too far into it, it sort of gets depressing down there, actually. But I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit.
But,
A little bit.
Um,
And the Ratway obviously isn't the best
yeah.
vibey place, but above the Ratway is fantastic.
Yeah. Like the Bee and the Barb.
The Bee and the Barb. I love the interior of that place. It feels very warm and welcoming.
Yeah, it is. And, cheese.
Cheese.
They have so much cheese. Nothing specific to them, but just they
Just
have a lot of cheese.
And it's fantastic. As an adventurer who also always, not even almost always takes the route of thief, stealing cheese is such a fun pastime because you can always have more cheese.
That is very true.
As an adventurer who gets shot a lot, you can never have too much cheese.
I know this is sort of out of the way, but like the reason I would go to taverns is so I liked to play in survival mode every now and then. I liked a bit more of a challenge just because I've played through Skyrim so many times.
Sure.
Like they are essential for food. Like unless you're really going out of your way to like hunt your own stuff.
Right.
Getting anything from like apple pies to cooked foods, just that provide high nutritional value.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, like the immersion, if you're really into that, just taverns allow you to rest, hear stories, and listen to music. Like there's a lot of small details within the taverns that you wouldn't really expect, or I didn't really expect when I first went into them.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously went over it. Food availability, innkeepers sell various prepared foods and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Unless like you're on the run and the markets are a good one, like the merchants. Honestly, in any city, selling like raw meats.
Yeah.
Out of the taverns and inns, which would be your favorite? Or which is your go-to?
My go-to. Oh, I just suddenly forgot every single inn that we talked about. Honestly, my go-to inn would probably have to be the Bee and the Barb in Riften. Purely because, A, there's a lot of important NPCs there, and also because the sheer amount of cheese that they always have, and it gets replenished. So
That's fair, yeah.
plus the plates always have like cooked salmon on there, especially, which provides like, it's lightweight and it provides a lot of health when you eat it. So I'd have to go Bee and the Barb.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that if I'm stuck on the Thieves Guild quest line because of all the Baron Thesda gems. Baron Zaya.
Yeah.
Baron Zaya.
I think it's Baron Zaya. I've never finished that quest.
Personally, I would go with the Bannered Mare, just because even though there's so many different options for places to live, I normally end up living in Whiterun.
Sure.
Just because it's the cheapest and the easiest to get to right away.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that
feel
would
like
just
a lot
be
of people would.
where I go.
Because you talk to the Jarl a lot, especially in the beginning quests. Plus, there's the whole Companions quest in there. Whiterun just has a lot of good, like, starting points and quests to keep bringing you back to that place.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, whether you're living in the Ratway in Riften or in the highest peaks of the Jarl's Castle in Whiterun, you're gonna need a place to find some good food.
And you know what can accompany all of that good food?
Any of our many utensils and cutting boards that we sell here at LoTech Sales. Once again, this is Brent,
Merlin.
here with the LoTech Sales Podcast, and we'll catch you next week.